with an assignment, hinting at a later rendezvous for gaming. In the backdrop, a stern voice reprimands, insisting the desk is not a resting place. Undeterred, Lai Mei turns to Zhang Wei, inquiring if she might join the game. The teacher's admonishments fade into the background, unheard. Lai Mei suggests that if Zhang Wei persists in diverting the diligent scholars, he should perhaps depart. Overhearing Lai Mei's proposition, Zhang Wei concurs, mentioning a need for a healer. He designates a rendezvous at 8:30 p.m. in the novice village, sharing his gamer ID, Heartbreaker. Later, while returning home beneath an umbrella, rain cascades from the tempestuous clouds. The forecast warns of an infrequent thunderstorm due at 8:30 p.m. Experience points and propelling his level to 5. Alongside this achievement, he gained 25 disposable skill points. A radiant burst of yellow light enveloping Chen Jayla, mending his wounds completely. Closes that Chen Jayla was on the brink of death but not beyond saving. The grandmother interjects, stating that this place is neither the game nor the starting village they spoke of earlier. They may have found someone else and rejected him because of Chen Jayla. Chen Jayla maintains a deadpan expression, clarifying that he is his opponent. Grandpa agrees, emphasizing that strength alone is not enough in battle, willpower and other factors play crucial roles, while his personal capabilities determine his elemental attributes. She provides an example, citing her own fire attribute, Grandpa Albert's thunder attribute, and Babin's shadow attribute, conveying her confidence in his determination. Suddenly, Grandpa calls out to the two, taken aback that they're already there. Sailey promptly rises, mildly embarrassed. Grandpa plays. Chen Jayla then poses a question to Grandpa, curious about how Bob attack inflicts 150% of the original damage. However, activating the skill comes with a cooldown of 5 minutes. Reflecting on the skill's usefulness, Chen Jayla acknowledges that he would have perished if he hadn't gained it in time. Before, compared to death, escaping this place seems a far more favorable outcome in his eyes. With this in mind, both Chen Jayla and the leader charge towards each other. As Chen Jayla swiftly approaches the leader, he unleashes a rapid punch aimed at the leader's face. Thoughts race through his mind, pondering how his once perfect life could have transformed into this chaotic reality. Gritting his teeth, he launches the attack, only to witness the leader effortlessly evade his strike. Fearless, Chen Jayla believes that his current effort should be sufficient. Deep in his thoughts, he realizes that defeating the leader is the key to obtaining the map and escaping this nightmarish place. Meanwhile, the leader calmly sidesteps Chen Jayla's attacks, maintaining a smug smile. Addressing Sailey, the leader questions if she chose Chen over him for this meager strength. Sailey then turns to Chen Jayla, telling him to go get Grandpa, emphasizing that he is the only one capable of stopping Bobin. Chen Jayla, however, wears a determined expression, refusing, stating how defeating the leader is necessary to leave this place. Surprised by his response, Sailey questions his plan, wondering how defeating the leader and leaving this place are connected. Chen Jayla reflects on the inexplicable chain of events since entering the game, defying all logic. Trapped within this game, unable to log out, repeatedly killed and revived mysteriously, and now prompted by the system to defeat the leader for a map, everything feels strangely orchestrated, as if someone is pulling the strings. In the midst of their exchange, Chen Jayla raises his hand, grabbing the leader's attention. The leader throws one of his swords into the sand, prompting Chen Jayla to reach for it. With a smile on his face, the leader speaks that he doesn't want his subordinates to think he's being unfair to Chen Jayla. Chen Jayla seizes the other sword, and their fight commences. Observing from a distance, the leader's subordinates discuss their surprise at his serious attitude. One of them comments on the scent of jealousy in the air, suggesting that their boss is taking the situation seriously. Meanwhile, Chen Jayla, still holding onto the sword, speaks that he didn't expect the leader to follow any rules, remembering his earlier sneak attack. Chen Jayla interrupts, telling the leader to stop his unnecessary talk and assume their fight. He believes that defeating the leader is crucial to obtaining the map. A gleam of determination fills Chen Jayla's eyes as he challenges the leader to a fair and square battle. Bobin, still wearing a smile, pulls out his sword and swings it towards Chen Jayla. Barely able to block the attack with his own sword, Chen Jayla grows frustrated. Just as he turns around, Sailey warns him of an incoming attack from a clone of the leader. Reacting quickly, Chen Jayla jumps back and successfully defends against the clone's strike as well. Seeing blood spurt from Chen Jayla's body, Sailey cries out his name in concern. Chen Jayla endures the pain, while the game system notifies him that he has been attacked, losing 300 HP points and leaving him with 700 HP remaining. The system also informs him that as Chen Jayla's HP drops below 300, it will automatically regenerate. Taking a deep breath, Chen Jayla realizes the weight of the battle upon his shoulders. As he wonders the leader, still shrouded in shadows and smoking, the leader taunts him, suggesting he should accept defeat. Chen Jayla, panting but determined, refuses to admit defeat. Accepting the game's healing notification, Chen Jayla feels his wounds mend, as his HP is restored by the level 1 healing skill, and the bleeding stops. The leader's supporters, taken aback, burst into laughter, mocking Chen Jayla for being a priest who dares challenge a shadow swordsman. The leader urges Chen Jayla to abandon Sailey, claiming that someone with awakened powers should not waste their time with a mere priest. Fueled by a mixture of anger and resolve, Chen Jayla prepares for the fight, disregarding the leader's threats. In response, Bobin wears an evil smirk engulfed in purplish-black shadows. Two shadow clones materialize behind him, as he announces that Chen Jayla will finally witness the true strength of a shadow swordsman. In the next scene, Chen Jayla is taken aback as he witnesses the leader, Bobin, splitting into 3 identical clones. It seems that shadow assassins rely on clones for battle. As before, when they assault Chen Jayla, the clone strikes first while the real Bobin launches a surprise attack from behind. Recognizing the pattern, Chen Jayla realizes that the clone and main body can switch positions, presenting a formidable challenge. He remarks that handling this profession proves to be troublesome. Before him, leader Bobin sneers, ridiculing Chen Jayla's abilities as a healer and deeming him unworthy. Cloaked in shadows, Bobin announces that since Chen Jayla seeks to witness his true power, he will grant him a glimpse of his shadow assassin's invincible attack. Determined, Bobin swings his sword and the battle commences. Bobin commands one of his shadows to engage Chen Jayla, and the shadow swiftly rushes towards him. As their blades clash, a powerful gust of wind sweeps outward. Bobin's clone disengages, readies his sword once more, and resumes his relentless attack. Chen Jayla, doing his best to block the flurry of attacks, acknowledges the tremendous strength displayed by the clone. He barely manages to defend against one clone while 2 others await their turn. Suddenly, Chen Jayla notices that one clone has vanished and reappeared behind him. In an instant, the clone declares that Chen Jayla's luck has run out, preparing to strike a fatal blow. However, Chen Jayla swiftly dodges, causing the clone's sword to connect with nothing but air. To their astonishment, both Bobin and his supporters witness the clone losing its hands. They question how Chen Jayla managed to evade a sure hit attack. Meanwhile, the main body of Bobin, surprised, wonders what is happening. Panting heavily, Chen Jayla jumps back, realizing how narrowly he escaped a dire fate. Notifications from the game congratulate him on his increased agility and the acquisition of a new skill, Burst Slash, at level 1. This hidden skill allows him to evade physical attacks for 2 seconds while being unable to dodge magic attacks. Moreover, the next counterattack inflicts 150% of the original damage. However, activating the skill comes with a cooldown of 5 minutes. Reflecting on the skill's usefulness, Chen Jayla acknowledges that he would have perished if he hadn't gained it in time. Now, his focus lies in defeating the remaining clones. With renewed determination, Chen Jayla stands tall, wielding his sword, and faces his enemies. Yet, before he can act, the clone retreats, and the main body of Bobin bursts into maniacal laughter. His eyes filled with malevolence, Bobin speaks that Chen Jayla merely wounded his clone. He declares that the real game is about to begin. In an instant, Bobin activates his skill, causing the sword in Chen Jayla's hand to vanish and reappear in Bobin's hand. His cruel smile widening, Chen Jayla reminds himself not to show mercy to the enemy, realizing that he had underestimated Bobin previously, and vowing not to repeat the mistake. The main body of Bobin and the 2 remaining clones prepare to attack. The clones merge the hilts of their swords, transforming them into sharp spears. Together, all 3 activate their limit break, barrage strike, and unleash a flurry of long-range attacks, aiming to overwhelm Chen Jayla. For the next minutes, Chen Jayla focuses on evading these long-range attacks as Bobin keeps laughing, and he sustains a few minor wounds in the process. Meanwhile, Bobin and his clones stand apart, calmly observing all this. A notification appears, indicating that Chen Jayla's HP has plummeted to 30%, and telling him to heal immediately, while skillfully Evading the attacks, Chen-Jela curses his lack of a weapon and his inability to counterattack. Suddenly, to his surprise, Bobin's main body materializes right in front of him. Chen-Jela is forced to dodge the main body's attack. Bobin smirks wickedly, declaring that the Grim Reaper has arrived for Chen-Jela's life. Chen-Jela is unable to dodge all the incoming slashes, resulting in numerous wounds across his body. As he endures the attacks, Bobin leaps away, declaring that he will find a suitable burial place for Chen-Jela. In the midst of this chaos, a streak of blue lightning bursts forth from the distance, causing a massive explosion and a cloud of dust. Salily, and the supporters stand in awe, speechless. Even Grandpa Over appears worried and uncertain. As the dust settles, the scene reveals Grandpa Over blocking the attack aimed at Bobin. Both figures are surrounded by their own bright auras. Grandpa Over utters the words, "That's enough." In the midst of the fierce battle, lightning flashes across the sky, illuminating